Hi, I'm Julia from Chameleon Pens, and I want to show you an innovative way that you can change color with our marker pens.
Fantastic! All right, what have we got?
Okay, so this is actually, I should start from the beginning. This is a Chameleon pen. When you first look at it, it looks like a really big marker pen. You're like, wow, but it's actually a marker pen in two parts. So you have a mixing chamber, and this is where all the magic happens.
Oh.
And then you have the pen itself. Now the pen itself is a double-ended marker pen, so you can see it marked. This is a brush nib on this side and a bullet nib on this side.
Okay.
One thing, you can pull these off. The nibs are replaceable, and a lot of the kits come with replacement nibs. The inks are refillable, so this is an art tool that you're gonna have for a long, long time. And they're super soft Japanese brush nibs, and I show you this because this is such an amazing pen. It basically feels more like a paintbrush, and it has that permanent alcohol ink in there, so it plays well with any of the other alcohol ink marker pens you may have, you know, like if you've got a Copic or Pro or Spectrum. So you get that beautiful airbrushed effect. But the one thing our markers do so different is this mixing chamber. Now in there is a colorless blender. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marker, it could be your bullet or your brush, I'm using the brush nib, and what I'm doing is I'm putting it in the mixing chamber so that it touches that, it's designed to calibrate to just touch perfectly. We worked on these nibs for over 3 years with our Japanese nib manufacturer to evenly take that color in. So what I'm doing is I'm diluting the color of my ink at the source.
Okay.
These are designed so that now if I wanted to be able to color, I can actually go from this very light, sort of a hint of a tint, and as I start to color it gets a little bit darker, and as I'm coloring it gets a little bit darker, and you can see that it's basically releasing that color blending solution very evenly. So I get this gorgeous color gradation or blend, which normally to get that many shades you would probably need, you know, 2 or, well, 3 maybe more.
Maybe 4, yeah.
Marker pens. And it's a beautiful, seamless color blend. So this gave me multiple tones of this green. But what's really kind of neat is we said, all right, last year we said, this is really cool. We can get, with 50 colors, we can get multiple color tones per pen. We can get hundreds of different color tones out of our set of marker pens. And this is our 50 pack right here. I love this one. It gives you everything in here. We also have this little extra piece. I was pulling that out. I had nibs and tweezers and all that inside.
Okay. Cool? It's like your accessories tool
it's your little accessory box that goes in there. So that's included as well. But what we did last year is we said, okay, what if we, rather than putting the colorless blender in here, what if we put color in here?
Oh.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend together. You could blend similar colors, opposite colors. This YG3 that I just blend with there, I'm actually going to blend it with this. Now, you would normally not be able to do that. That's too far apart. You'd need several pen colors in between. But what I'm doing is I'm using the color top of GR4. It's got color in here. And I'm using my pen of the YG3. So I'm going to actually blend color to color. So now what I'm doing is I'm infusing that lighter green with the darker green. So now when it comes time to color, what I've got is that darker green coming out of my pen. And as I keep coloring, I'm going to get the blend. It's like the pen is doing the blending for you.
Right.
That's what I love about it, because I don't have to worry about hopping back and forth between different pen colors. I don't have to worry about seams, because what's happening is it's blending right in the pen itself. So it gives you a beautiful blend. You may say, okay, you know, I want some more dark green. We'll just go right back and hit it again.
And refill it.
Right. It's alcohol ink, right? So it doesn't matter. You can mix and blend as much as you want, and then maybe I want to add some texture in there. So I can kind of blend it out that way too. So it's really a lot of fun. Now, that's cool that you can do similar colors. Where it gets really wicked is when you take opposite colors, or colors that you wouldn't normally think that would go together, like fuchsia, bright fuchsia pink with let me see here, a Seville orange. That's a really bright orange. So I'm going to take this pink and I'm going to mix it with that Seville orange. I'm doing that right now. I'm going to blend these two together, straight up and down.
So is there a length of how long you should hold them? Like
so the longer that you hold this, the more color will come in. And that's something like any art supply. It just takes a little bit of practice. You'll figure, okay, for this size, I need to blend it this long. I always just test off to the side and say, okay, yep, there's my orange. And as I'm starting to color, if it doesn't transition fast enough, I'll just hang here for a minute. See how I did that? Now I'm waiting for the pink to come through. And now the pink's come through. So, I mean, that
is cool.
was a transition between orange and fuchsia in a beautiful, seamless color blend, and you can't do that with any other marker pen. So Chameleon really lets you change color.
So you really kind of get a 2-in-1. You can use them as a straight alcohol marker like you have on that first leaf, but then you can also blend it to go from lighter, but then you can mix the colors. I mean, it's more than a 2-in-1. It's like a 5-in-1.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, think about all the different color combinations you can do with that.
I don't know if you've seen our colored pencils, because it actually is part of the system, and I like to really call this one out. This actually came to me because I loved having hundreds of different colored pencils, but I found that it was just difficult because I just had this great big tin of colored pencils. It was hard for me to travel with. I love this for travel.
That's nice.
Yeah, and then what I found too is that rather than hunting around and trying to find colors that matched, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually put it right on the other end of the pencil? So I know there's double-ended pencils out there, but they have like orange on one side and black on the other. We actually went with a colored pencil that has a similar color on the other side. Now I know you can still get differences with pressure, but you also have that color that gives you even more depth. So this was done with one pencil, and the nice part about this is it's glued all the way through the core. They're made for us by our Austrian manufacturing partners. They've been making colored pencils for over 150 years. What you'll find very different with these is you can put color upon color upon color, and you never have to worry about getting wax bloom because it's the quality that you're talking about here. So it's amazing. It just keeps layers and blending on top of one another, and they keep their point. I think that's what I love about them too. They don't leave like a dust behind. I think that that's important because this is one of the things I learned when I first started working with alcohol pens is that they said, whatever you do, don't color on top of your pencils. You can put pencil on top of your pen, but don't put your pens on top of the pencils because you're going to ruin your pens. But that's not the case. With this, I can actually say, all right, you know what? I'm going to add blue to this. So the alcohol ink can actually help break down the wax a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that neat? And the way it's designed, our nibs won't hold that color in because that's not what they do.
Right.
And it doesn't hurt my pen, and it gives it a more intensity. And so feel free to put marker on top of your colored pencil, or
you can go back and forth, no problem.
Yeah, and get even more depth and dimension.
But specifically with these pencils.
With these pencils,
okay.
yeah.
Not any pencils
I wouldn't
that you
do it with
have,
because a lot of them leave too much of dust or a film behind.
Got it,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is a very high quality wax that we use. And again, they're made in Austria, and they're just a beautiful colored pencil. That was done with one colored pencil in the pen.
That's cute. I love
that.
that.
Wild?
That's very
this
pretty.
apple was actually done with one pencil.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you're artistic, I mean, these are artist quality pencils that we've got. There's 50
gorgeous.
Colors in that nice little pack. There's a little color code. Everything has its place. And you've got it working like that, and then you just put this together, and it fits great on an airplane tray if you want to travel and take your coloring with you. Yeah,
very soothing to color. And these are some other designs that you've got, or colored pages that you've done, or
these are actually done by a tattoo artist here. We have stuff done by graffiti artists. We like to show people the wide range of people that use our product.
Right.
Really, because it's more than just for coloring. Fine artists use this as well.
Right. Most of my viewers are going to be like stampers and coloring and kind of.
So it'll work for that. It'll work for all range. That one always gives me a little bit of a scare.
That is going to be like,
it works for all ranges of people that are colorists.
That's pretty.
That one's a lot of Secret Garden stuff we did with it.
So pretty.
Just your ordinary coloring, but it allows you to do more. And especially in places like this, that was done with the bullet nib. A color-to-color blend in that size was done with the bullet nib. So you can't do that with ordinary marker pens.
No.
Those
are so cool. Thank you so much for showing us all the amazing fun things that you can do with Chameleon, not only the pens, but also the pencils and how well they blend together. So I truly appreciate it. Thanks so much. Please subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye.